Hey, Tony Gaskins here, popping in. I ain't gonna be able to look at you driving home. So every now and then I have to check my little map right there. So y'all gotta forgive me. But earlier today I was talking about that Jezebel. And we're gonna keep talking about this here because there's something that's going around right now. And it's taking over with the seduction, with the sin, the filth, the nastiness, this spirit just getting real filthy out here, getting real nasty, and want to get down and dirty. What you notice is a lot of people losing their way, don't know how to act like they ain't got no home training. And what's happening is this big shift. See, the one thing about the Jezebel spirit is the Jezebel spirit is going to adapt to the times. It it does not allow a person to stand on morals and values. See, principles don't change, morals and values change. So what's gonna happen is these individuals, they're gonna start to act a fool. And if people being nasty in society, they gonna be nasty. If threesomes is in, they gonna say, okay, boom, we in with the threesomes. If when they start doing eightsomes, the Jezebel spirit's gonna be doing the eightsomes, fivesomes, sixsomes, whatever is in the Jezebel spirit, adapt to it. That's why you see these men with the dangling earrings. These dangling earrings, that's what a Jezebel spirit will lead you to. See, you got to think about it like this. When we introduce to something new, when we first introduce to it, it makes no sense at all. So when we first introduce to it, we'll be like, man, that don't make no sense. That is stupid. That is the dumbest thing I've never seen. Man, that who would do that? And then think about it now. When you first thought about it, when you first heard it, and then a little while later, you like, oh, well, I guess it ain't all that bad. I guess it ain't too bad. See, that right there is the work of what that Jezebel spirit be trying to do. Now, it's not to say that every change we make and everything we give into is a Jezebel spirit, but that's the gateway. You got to be careful with the gateway because as I think about it from my own personal experience, it's like Lululemon. Lululemon, send me a check. So I got on Lululemon right now. I like their clothes, cause my wife wear them and they comfortable. I seen a man come out talking about the chemicals in it, but it's like, man, I ain't worried about that. I don't feel no way when I have it on. So I wear Lululemon. So I got on the shirt, I got on the pants, and I got a little puffer vest back there. That's Lululemon too. And I even got some of their socks. Well, they made these shorts, and the shorts is like some cotton shorts, and they kind of like a honeycomb print or something. I don't know what you would call the print, but it's like a cotton short. And they make them, I wear large. Well, that large stopped by mid thigh. That large stopped by mid thigh. Y'all gotta forgive me. I just got done eating a little son. So if y'all see this here, go to gutting. Hey, forgive me. And so the large, they stop by mid thigh, and then when you sit down, it start to ride up the thigh. And so when I first seen it, I was like, ugh. I'm like, man, you mess around, your thing be hanging out the bottom of the shorts. You sit the wrong way, you can have all kind of angling hanging out. And so at first I'm like, yeah, this don't make no sense, these shorts. But then the more and more, day by day, all I needed was to put me a pair on. Put my little pair on. Bought them, I ain't know they were gonna be short like that. Put my little pair on. My wife say, "Ooh, got your legs out. I like that." That's all I needed to hear. See, that right there be the gateway to these spirits. But then I noticed, like, when I put the shorts on, you have, they also fit in a way to where you got you a little more bulge. You got you a little more bulge. For those y'all don't know what that is, that's like the little hump with your thing, sitting up there in the front. You got you a little more bulge. Mess around and let a little breeze blow. Now you're gonna have your little son about to stand up. So now what happens is you start to feel frisky. So now you got these legs out. Every step you take, I got like muscular thighs, so every step you take, your thigh, that muscle jumping. Bam, okay, muscle jumping, bam. Then it's gonna hug you in the glutes. And so some women, they like them a man who got them, a firm lower body, firm thighs. My wife, she always comment on that. I remember asking my mom, I said, what you love most about my daddy? She say his butt. I'm like, what? But she was talking about, I guess, the shape. And so it's just some women is like that. And so my wife, she always making little jokes. So in her own way, she was telling me she liked when I got my legs out. So now they call that the hoochie daddy shorts. Now I don't be having on the hoochie daddy shorts. They're a little longer than that, but it's a little similar. But when I first seen these shorts, I work with pro and college athletes, so they be the ones to adapt this stuff first. And growing up as men, we would always say that women athletes was the most frisky. It wasn't true across the board, but a lot of the women athletes, they'll get a little buck wild. And so same thing with the men, we'll get buck wild. And I don't know if it's just because of working out, just increasing the libido, the testosterone or whatever it be, but working out does make you more energetic and vigorous. And so it might explain why athletes are so promiscuous. So when I first seen, I'm around these athletes and they got these little shorts on. When I first seen it, I'm like, ugh. I'm like, man, I don't want to see all that thigh. I'm like, man, them shorts so high. I'm looking at so much thigh. It's like right around that area ought to be an angling hanging now. That's nasty. I'm like, so now I'm thinking as a man, like, okay, wait, where is we gonna put our thing at? Because you got a thing in the middle. And so now I'm looking at it and I'm like, man, this is indecent. And then what I start to realize is a lot of the designers, the male designers, are typically gay males. So, and I'm not insinuating or saying anything, I ain't bashing, but what does a gay man like? He likes men, i.e., he gay. So how do he want to see a man dress? He want to see leg. He want to see bulge. He want to see booty. So when he's in the lab designing, what is he going to design? He gonna design clothes in what he want to wear when he trying to show leg to get him old daddy. And then what else he gonna design? He gonna design what he want his boyfriend to wear. So when you look at most designers, male designers, it would be safe to say 80% are gay today. And it's just because you're using a different part of the brain. Designing is typically seen as more feminine. So the percentage of heterosexual males who are designers is decreasing. They're out there, they exist, but not all of them do we even know their sexuality for real, even if they say they're heterosexual. Some come from a culture or a family to where they can't say what their sexual orientation really is. So see, I want you to understand how these spirits kind of work and how these spirits permeate. society. So now what happened is when I put these shorts on, it ain't just my wife that like them, it's other women that like them. So now you see women double taking because, you know, they see old dad bod with some muscular thighs. And so now you start to see women double taking. And these women might be, and then now one of the things is this is Lululemon. Not a lot of black men wear Lululemon because it's in a different price range and just it's in a different culture. There are black people who wear it, but the majority of Lululemon wearers is going to be Caucasian and like Asian and other races, because it's not a lot of, you know, black folks that is believe in spending $80 for a pair of shorts or whatever it might cost. And so it is a racial line. So when I'm walking around, I saw a sister today, she had her Lululemon on. And so it is people in all races, but what I'm talking about is the majority. So now when the white women who want them a tall glass of chocolate milk see you as a black man in some Lululemon, they're like, oh, a brother has on the Lulu. I didn't know the brothers wear the Lulu. And so now they double taking. Now they breaking their neck, because y'all know social media has a lot of influence. So now on social media, you're starting to see more interracial couples. So if you start to pay attention, you'll start to see more people of other races starting to pay you attention. And it's because the commercials and social media is really pushing interracial relationships. So now it ain't just my wife who liked the shorts, it's also other women double taking. So, and now with these shorts, you got your little bulge, you got your muscles, you showing a little physique. So guess what? It start to make you feel sexy, start to make you feel frisky. And see, this is what we don't think about. And so think about this now. If you're a woman, think about if you wear a bodycon dress, a body contour dress, or you wear shorts, and you're getting male attention. That could make you feel attractive. It could make you feel sexy. It could make you feel beautiful. And then all of these feelings matter. And this is what people not thinking about. People don't think about and process, okay, what is my brain feeling? And I remember this back when I was from high school, and it's crazy how this stuff happened, and we start to understand this at a young age, but we don't want to admit it. I remember my homeboy, we was in class, and tell you, we in class, and we talking, and you remember the pencil sharpener. You used to get up and go to sharpen your pencil on the one that be on the wall, and you got to wind it with your hand, and until they got the electric one. So you get up to go sharpen your pencil. Well, my homeboy, you know, when you're a young man, if it's cold in the classroom, you'll get you a little stand up, a little standing at attention down there below the belt. So him, whenever I get that, I want to sit down, or I like put my hands in my pocket. If the bell rang and we got to leave, I put my hands in my pocket and like push my hand out so you can't see that standing up. Well, my homeboy, he had a old spirit on him early. So when he'll go to get rocked up, he'll stand on up and walk to the pencil sharpener with it standing up. I say, bro, what is you doing? He say, dude, man, when this thing go to standing up, boy, I got to walk around with this thing, let these young ladies see. I'm like, man, you crazy. And we was in like 9th grade. And so here's the thing. Again, his clothes would fit in a way to where it would show it. And this is what we not thinking about. This is the gateway for this Jezebel spirit. See, the Jezebel spirit is very seducing. And that's why in our society, we're not processing why so many people want to have sex outside of marriage, and why so many people want to have sex on the first night, and why so many people are okay with casual sex. We're not even tying it all in and realizing that everything affects everything. So we're not even processing that just your outfit alone being seductive, your outfit being seductive could make you feel sexy and get you attention, and then it's getting you the wrong type of attention, and then somebody comes up and talks to you or says something. So like today I was out and about, and there was this lady, she had her leggings on, and she was like walking over here, then she walked in front of me, then she stood almost like directly in front of me, then she walked over a little bit right beside me, then she walked back over, and she walked back over. So now as a man, I'm sitting there, we see everything. I see her. It's a black lady, she fit, she got on her leggings, I seen her jacket, had a Lululemon on there, she a sister. So in my head, I could hear the flesh. Man, strike up your little conversation. Ask her who her son is. We at the camp. Ask her who her son is. But then the Holy Spirit say, text your wife. Tell your wife to call you. So I text my wife and said, hey, give me a call. I listened to the Holy Spirit instead of the adversary. But the adversary wanted me to strike up an old question. I hadn't seen the lady. She ain't had no ring on her finger. And she kept just prancing right there in front of me, standing right there in front of me. But I'm the only other black person out there in that area. And she was classy. She didn't talk to me. She ain't come up and strike no conversation up with me. And so as I'm sitting there seeing this, I'm like, okay, this is a lesson right here, because men be talking about how fast women is and how nasty women is and how women be shooting they shot. Well, here I am standing right here, and this lady ain't saying nothing to me, but she keep walking right in front of me and standing right in front of me and right around me, but she ain't saying nothing. So I'm like, she classy. Now the last camp we was at, the ID camp, it was a white lady. Today this was a black lady. It was a white lady. The white lady just came up and struck up a conversation. Now I don't think she meant no harm, but it just showed me a difference. Like, okay, now my sister, she just walked right past me like Casper the Ghost, ignoring me. And then the white lady, she came up, hey, how you doing? So which one is your son out there? Okay, all righty. Well, that's my son right there. We from here, we from there. I said, okay, all right, well, great. I don't be wanting to talk to nobody. I'm an introvert. I don't be wanting to talk to nobody anyway. I don't talk to men or women. And so I just stand off to myself. But I'm sitting there and I'm thinking, I'm like, nah, here go this sister. She got these leggings on. She in shape. She probably feeling herself. She probably have never stood for 30 minutes in front of a black man with these leggings on, with that booty tooted, and didn't get a shot at her in some type of formal way. But I say, not me. I ain't gonna say nothing. I don't want to strike up no conversation, because it would be no purpose of the conversation. The only purpose of the conversation would be to flirt, because I do not care who her son is, and it would be no real purpose of the conversation. But see, this is the thing with that Jezebel spirit. People who got a Jezebel spirit, they can't help but to flirt. They'll flirt, they'll seduce, and they'll do what they gotta do. So that's why you start to see some of these men with the Jezebel spirit, they want to wear real tight pants all the time just so they can have them a little bulge. And they want to wear real tight shirts. You notice a lot of these guys is doing these lifting weights, trying to get their arms and their chest right, and then they want to put them on a tight shirt and put them on some tight jeans. And I feel like some of these men will go as far as to put them a little cucumber in their pants. I ain't gonna tell you no lie. There's men out here that probably will put them a cucumber in their pants. And that's that Jezebel spirit. So you got to be mindful, and you got to pay attention to that seduction and just the moves. And this thing, it affects people in different ways. Some people very jealous, some people very seducing, some people very promiscuous. It affects people in different ways, and so you got to be mindful of it and pay attention and make sure that it's not affecting you. Make sure that you doing what you need to do. My phone about to die. So hey, this Tony Gaskin, really start to process this and think about it, and remember the gateways now. Think about your clothes, think about your conversations, think about all of this type of stuff now, so that you are aware when the spirit trying to seduce you and get close to you. You'll be aware of this, and you'll be able to put up some blocks and some prevention because you paying attention. And if you start to feel this spirit on you, now you'll know it's time to go into intercessory prayer, meaning just talking to God and say, Lord, please rid me of this spirit. Cast this spirit out of me. I rebuke this spirit in the name of Jesus. And then start doing the opposite of what your flesh want to do. Your flesh want to go out with your booty out, then put you on some loose pants. Your flesh want to have your nasty conversation, have your pure conversation about sports or politics. Your flesh want to seduce, then be conservative. Like, start doing the opposite of what that flesh want to do when you know you battling with that spirit. And that's what I had to do to get that spirit off of me, because I feel like when we are not walking with the Lord and we living in a promiscuous lifestyle, or we just doing our own thing, I feel like that's one of the quickest spirits to jump on us. And it'll jump on us and it'll stay on you till you realize what it's doing and how it's eating away at you. But hey, this Tony Gas, and hopefully you can hear me. I know it's probably a little noise, but I got this microphone and hopefully I ain't breathing too hard in here. But God bless you, and we'll talk soon.